Hi, I'm Desiree Moore. I work with law students and other young professionals to help them find success in their early careers. This morning I was thinking about the interview process, and I was actually thinking about my first interview and how incredibly nervous I was going into the interview and how unprepared I was, frankly, for the interview. And I thought I would do a quick video for anyone out there who is in the interview process right now. I know there are a lot of young professionals out there who are interviewing regularly, and this can be a stressful process. So if you have upcoming interviews, if you are a young professional who's interviewing regularly and you feel a bit stressed or nervous about the process, stick with me for a couple of minutes and I think you'll feel a lot better. When I was thinking about ways to teach this, I wanted to come up with a mnemonic or something clever that you could take with you that you could remember after this video. And here's what I came up with. Nothing earth-shattering, but easy to remember. There are 3 P's, and that's P like the letter P, when you're interviewing. 3 P's to keep in mind. The first is preparation. The second is presence. And the third is persistence. And I'll talk about each of those. When we talk about preparation going into an interview, I want you to think about how important this is to prepare. While you're competing with other people and you won't know going into the interview necessarily who else is applying for the job, you may not know what your competition is like, but what you do know, what you can control, is the level of preparation that you bring to the table. That's in your control, and you can out-prepare anybody. I mean it. You can out-prepare anybody. Going into an interview prepared is going to set you apart. It's going to give you the confidence that's going to make you stand out from the rest of the interviewees. There are a couple of different ways to prepare. One, you want to prepare for the company or hospital or firm or whatever entity you're interviewing with. You want to know about them. You want to prepare and do research and learn what that company does. You want to demonstrate that you want a job with that company. Your objective is not just to get any job, it's to get a job with that company. So do some research, put in some time, learn about the company, learn about the people that you're going to be interviewing with, and use that knowledge. Demonstrate in your interview how you are going to contribute, how your skills are going to be meaningful to the company or entity that you're interviewing with. You also want to prepare yourself, right? You want to look professional and presentable at any interview that you go into. Always wear a suit. Make sure that you look like a professional going into your interview. You also want to know your resume. You want to know your resume cold. And this may sound obvious. You're probably thinking, well, I created my resume, so I do know it cold. But take another look at your resume and think about the kinds of questions that your resume might elicit. Think about the things that a prospective employer is going to ask you based on reviewing your resume. Be prepared to answer any question that stems from your resume. Okay, the second P we said was presence. I want you to be present in the moment. It's so easy. We all do this going into an interview. We, sort of brace for impact. We think, if I can just get through this day or this hour or this half day, whatever the case may be, we're just trying to get through it, and just trying to get through it and sort of with the least amount of pain or injury possible. Let's think about this differently. Let's go in, as I said, with some control. You want to take control of this interview process. You want to demonstrate that you are better than the pack, that you're different from everyone else who's interviewing. Be present in the moment. Learn about the company that you're interviewing with. Take inventory. Take everything in. Be engaging. Be interesting. Engage in dialogue. Good dialogue, not just boring sort of question and answer, but good dialogue with the people that you're interviewing with. Have great responses to questions, have follow-up questions. Remember, the interview process is not a one-way street. There's some give and take there. The company is interviewing you, but you're interviewing them as well. You're there to learn as much as you can about the company so that you have a successful interview process and so that you're sure that that's a company you want to work with. So think about that. Be present in the moment, be there, be engaging, really enjoy the interview process, enjoy the day. Don't think about the outcome and the end result. We all hope to get the job, but that shouldn't be on your mind in the moment. You should just be there and be present, engaging, interesting, and you're going to do great. Finally, I said the third P was persistence, and we should qualify this a little bit. I don't want you to follow up incessantly or call 3 times a day or anything crazy like that. But it is a good idea to follow up. Right away after your interview, follow up with a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note. Anyone can send an email, but if you follow up with a handwritten thank you note, it's a little more memorable, it's a little more meaningful. And then, depending on the company or firm or hospital or other entity that you're interviewing with, consider whether a follow-up phone call or a follow-up email might be appropriate in upcoming weeks if you haven't heard back after your interview. Think about, based on the people that you met and the conversations that you had, who might be the best target or point person, and whether it would be appropriate to follow up with a phone call or an email. Again, whatever you do it in a conscientious and discreet and tactful manner, but it is appropriate in some instances to follow up and to remind the prospective employer that you are still interested in the position. Okay, so those are the 3 P's: preparation, presence, and persistence. Keep those in mind as you're interviewing. You're going to be great. Thanks so much for listening. Now wait, before you go, if you enjoyed this video, if you found some value in it, if it helped you prepare for an interview, or if it helped you in the interview process, go ahead and share it. Paste the link into Twitter and Facebook and share it with your friends. Send around an email with the link. And also, if you enjoyed the video, we'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and post a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you thought. We really look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thanks so much.